Hello, friends. All right, so welcome to the Rocky Mountain Crafter, and I have a bundle of fun right here. So this is from Catherine Pooler Designs. This was literally delivered 3 minutes ago, and I have been waiting for this. I am so excited for this. And so what we are going to do today is an unboxing of this beautiful little package. Although it's little, I tell you, it's mighty. There is a lot in here. And then we're going to make a card. So I will start by unpackaging the items. All right, let's check it out. Oh yeah, so much goodness. Okay. This is a little, look at how cute that is. This is a little bit of a hint to what's in here. So cute, I don't want to break it. And I saved tissue paper, and this is a beautiful yellow color. Yay, oh my word, can you see this? Ah! I don't have any minis yet. I do not have any. So this is Catherine Pooler's minis. I don't have any minis yet, and I have been looking forward to getting some and trying them out. So I like the size of minis because, well, I actually don't know if I like the size of minis, but in seeing other people use this mini, I like it because it's a little bit bigger than your average mini. Your average mini is like 1 inch by 1 inch, and these are a little bit bigger. So we'll just grab another brand of mini here. We have a couple of different brands here of minis. So here's some Lawn Fawn. Here's some Tim Holtz. I'll just use this one for sample sized, just to see. So, and this has, it's not foam. It's the old style pad. But these ones here, oh, that is so, it's a bit hard to open, but Catherine says that if you just open it one time, the first time, get it open, then after that it's worked in and it will open. And so these are a foam. And yeah, in for the ink size, they just are bigger, a little bit bigger. And juicy, so juicy. I can't wait to try those out. That'll be fun. Okay, so let's put our inks away and see what other goodness we have in here. Let's check it out. Okay, so we'll start with this 6x6 pattern paper. It's got all these lovely colors. It says on it here all of the colors that coordinate with it, and the sequin mix that also coordinates with it. So you have all these beautiful colors here. Catching Rays, Melon Ice. Yeah, so, and these are, I wonder if these are slightly, let's see here, is Do-Si-Do one of the colors? Do-Si-Do, Bellini. So some of these colors are in here in this set. And so they're meant to coordinate and go together. And then you have here, Pucker Up, which we have here, Pucker Up, Chiffon, some of the same Drive-In, some of the same colors again in those two pads of paper. So they coordinate beautifully. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, this is the at-home bundle by Catherine Pooler. This is the full bundle. Now you can buy little bundles. So you can buy ones with just 2 stamp sets and dies, but I bought the whole bundle here. Okay. After all this time, I still think you're swell. Look at these. And I love these fonts here where you can color them in. That's going to be beautiful. This is Stacked Inspiration Sentiments. Can you see that? Stacked Inspiration Sentiments. That's really cute. This one here has coordinating dies. I know that for sure. And this is Moments in Time Sentiments. And I've seen some lovely cards that Catherine Pooler and her design team have made with this. And this is just roll with it. Now look at the kitties. Like I said, that was a hint. I love it. Love these kitties. They're so cute. I'm a cat lover. Oh, and this one here, it's just that classic kind of look and feel to it. And this is Natural Flourishes. Beautiful. Just beautiful. You can make some real stunning cards. I've seen some embossed in gold. Just simple and stunning. And here's some of the dies. This would be the dies for this here. Go together. And then this is for the flourishes that go together. And then we would have kitties in here that go together. And there is somewhere in here, there's going to be these beautiful clocks. Oh, and this is a big set. This is a 6x8 set. It's gorgeous. And there's the dies. This is called Every Minute. And there's been some really cute cards made with this set as well. Beautiful sentiments here is also. And then we have the way round dies. So that's really cool because they fit inside. That's separate. Like you could take them apart if you wanted to. They don't have to go together. And then you could put this kind of beautiful, just decorative piece on there as well and put your paper underneath and it'll show through. Like that's pretty cool. Or you could just have a circle. That's really neat. And these kind of match, they kind of go together. Oh, and like I said, there's so many examples online. This is this way up cover plate. Oh, again, you could put colored pieces in there, patterned pieces. You could blend your own cardstock and put it behind that. That's going to be beautiful. This here is You're My Person word dies. And this, yeah, so it says You're My Person. And this is a background stamp, embroidered background stamp. Beautiful. It's kind of like little asterisks in like a quilted kind of look to it. That's going to be neat. Oh, and this one here I've been looking so forward to. This is great. Bold Bits and Patterns stamp set. Look at that. And that's another 6x8. Or as Catherine and her team were calling it, blobs. The blob stamp set. That is so cute. You can make some really nice things with that too. And this is Plant Stand Slimline die. Look at that, it is so awesome. Again, you could die cut the little bits and stick them back in different colors, or you could do a gradient background behind it or some pattern paper. And it's a slimline die. Look at that. Gorgeous. Oh, and there's more goodies in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. This is called Sophia Sequin Mix. Look at those beautiful colors. Look at those, like pinks and yellows. And check out how good these are going to go with the papers. This one here. Look at that. It's just going to be so beautiful. I can't wait to play. Yay! And this one is called Valencia. Oh, and it's this beautiful orange color. And look at these two together. Those two together go really nice. But then you have this one here that goes beautiful with this potted paper. Look at that. So nice. So nice. Yeah, and look at this background die is going to go beautiful with a bunch of these papers in here. Ah, there's just so many options. Where do I start? Man, oh man. And then let's see these in relation to the inks. Oh yeah, those go good with the inks. Look at that. Oh, this is just going to be so much fun. So anyways, again, this is the At Home bundle by Catherine Pooler. And I have a link down in my blog here. If you want to go and click on the link, then you will be able to go directly to Catherine Pooler's website. I can't wait to play with the kitties. Just roll with it. Yeah, so I'll get started with a card and let's have some fun. Okay, see you in a bit on the flip side. And so here we are on the flip side. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. we are going to get started with these clocks. This is the Every Minute Stamps and Dies set by Catherine Pooler. And I have pulled out some of the supplies that I think I'm going to use today. I don't use them all. I'm still kind of gathering my thoughts of what I think I want to do, but I'm not 100% sure. So it ends up being the Every Minute clocks, stamps and dies that I use. And here I'm grabbing that paper. Oh, I turned the light on for you guys so you can see. So this is a 6x6 set of paper that came with the at-home bundle, and it's called Wallpaper. And it has all of these gorgeous papers in it. So for today's card, I'm going to grab 2 of those striped pieces. And the reason I need 2 of these pieces is because I am making a slimline card. But slimline cards are 3.5 inches by 8 inches. And you can't do that with a 6x6 piece of paper. So I have a trick. This is what we're going to do. So I'm going to, because of the stripes on this card, you can actually glue it together and it's not even noticeable. The eye does not pick it up at all, especially if you line it up perfectly, just like that. From above, you cannot see it. So that's exactly what we're doing. So I just am checking the size, making sure I have it right, putting some adhesive on there with my Scotch ATG pink adhesive gun, and laying that down and just getting it as straight as possible. Now I am using the squares on my black mat behind the card to measure and make sure that I'm lining it up properly and that I'm getting the dimensions right. The 8 is what I needed. And then I'm going to do a white layer on top of that. So the blue layer is just going to be the background, and then the white is where we'll do the stamping and put sentiments and some of the clocks. So I'm cutting this white panel to be fitting on this blue panel perfectly. So I wanted kind of a little bit of a border more than just a thin border so that that blue paper really shows through. Because I think that when you have the coordinating paper and the coordinating stamps and you can see quite a bit of both of them together, it looks really nice. And so here I have a trick. Oftentimes when I open up stamps and then pull them out and put them back in, they get stuck on the sticky part of the packaging, and the packaging is really not that great for most stamp sets, not just this particular brand, and it falls apart. So I just put a little slice in the top there. Did you see that? And then I was able to pull it out quite easily, and it goes back in quite easily. It slides so nice, and the packaging doesn't rip. And so here I am just putting into my precision press by We Are Memory Keepers. I am putting my sentiment, which is part of the Every Minute Stamps set. And it says, time spent with you is worth every second. And then I'm just trying to figure out what color I want to do it in. So I figured that I'm going to use one of the colors in the mini ink set. And that color is Drive-In. But I don't want to actually use my ink from the mini set because I just got them. Call me crazy, but I don't want to use them yet. I've never used them before and I just want to not use them. So I pulled out my full-size ink pad there, and that magnet was just getting in the way. It was a little bit thicker than what the stamp was, so it was causing the stamp not to stamp properly. So I removed that and then I had no issues. And you did see me condition that stamp first. And that's why it stamps so nicely, because when it comes to the clocks, I forgot to condition them and they did pool a little bit. So always make sure that you are conditioning your stamps with an eraser. So here again, I'm pulling these colors, but I'm pulling my full-size ink pads because I don't want to use these. They're so brand new and so nice, and I don't have any other minis by Catherine Pooler, and I'm just not ready to break them in yet. And so I've pulled Cumberbund and In the Park. I've also pulled Catching Rays. And eventually I also pull Pucker Up, and just grabbing those ink colors and inking up these clocks, putting this piece into my precision press and there is the Catching Rays. And here is that is In the Park. And the blue is the Cumberbund, yes. And so I'm just pushing these down and getting them inked up. Now, see, you can tell that they're pooling because I did forget to condition them with the eraser. And so it's too late now. I could go back and stamp them twice, but what I decided to do was go into a gradient effect. So on the one that's done within the park, I put some cummerbund on it. And same with the one of Catching Rays, I put some cummerbund on it. And then on the one that I did in Catching Rays, I added some pucker up to it. So there I am, just doing the final touches of pucker up. Then I take a blending brush so that those lines aren't so harsh on there, and it gives this beautiful orange color. And yeah, it just goes really nice with the whole feel of the card. So this card is going to be a masculine card. So that's why I'm kind of sticking with these neutral kind of masculine colors, greens, blues, and a little bit into orange, right? And here I'm just placing the clock numbers for the insides of those clocks. And that's the nice thing about this precision press, is that I have extra plates for it, so I don't have to take my stamps off every time. I can just grab another plate. So I do these clock faces also in drive-in just to coordinate with the sentiment that I did in drive-in. So it just kind of ties it all together. Here on a different plate yet, I pick up the centers of the clocks, the hands. So I'm just getting those all placed down, grab a different plate, ink those up with Memento, which is black. One press and I got those down. They looked perfect. Here I'm taking my mini Sizzix, which I just leave on my desktop and can just grab quickly. And I'm cutting those clocks apart and getting the dies placed over top of them and using some low tack tape and running them through the mini Sizzix. And then when we have the big reveal, we have these beautiful clocks with a nice white, perfectly placed line all around them. It just is so perfect. And there the 3 clocks are. And now I am grabbing for the card face just to see how these clocks are going to fit on here. And then I decide I should probably adhere that down. So I just take my pink ATG gun and put it right down onto that blue panel that we've created. And now that that's all nice and laid down, I lay down my clocks into a pattern or however I think I might like them, put some pop dots on them. So these are really thick pop dots. I really wanted those clocks to pop. What I like about these clocks, they come with the matching die frames for the center. So you could cut out the center and have just the outside popped up, which I didn't do. And then here I have the Valencia, which came with the at-home bundle, and the sequins. And I just am placing those where I think they look good. And I'm just using some glue, a white glue, but it does dry clear, and that glue is by Simon Says Stamp, and it's called Craft Tacky Glue. And so here's a little trick for you. I like to keep my glues upside down so they don't dry out, and I just put it into my low tack tape. It just fits nicely. So if you have something along those lines that you could put it into that would work for you, do that, because it just makes it not dry out. Here I'm creating the card base, which is just out of a piece of white Nina cardstock. And I've put it into my all-in-one tool by We Are Memory Keepers. And I'm just putting that score line where it needs to go. And using my bone folder to get a nice crisp line on there. And then I take my mini guillotine by We Are Memory Keepers and I chop off the excess right there. And there was just a little bit hanging over at the bottom when I lined it up. So I went again with my mini guillotine and just chopped off that little bit extra at the bottom. And there it is. And so taking my pink ATG adhesive again, two-way adhesive, and sticking that panel onto the card base that we just created. And oh, those sequins just look so good on there. I like how I kind of did a backwards S of the sequins, just kind of brings it all together, fills in some of the white space. And so that is it. That is the finished card. I thank you folks so much for watching me today. I am the Rocky Mountain Crafter. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Also, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and .com. Take care. Bye-bye.